Hey, it's your boy LH. Just wanted to check in. First off, say happy holidays to everybody. I hope that you have a great holiday season. One of the things that tends to happen during the holidays is people tend to gain weight. Obviously, from Thanksgiving to Christmas is typically a binge season, and typically people go into their glutton stages where you get all the nice food and you deal with all the nice pastries, and it's just eating nonstop. And then, of course, what ends up happening is people try to hop on fitness the very beginning of the year to be their New Year's resolution. For me, this is a ministry I've been called to right now. I'm actually studying for the personal training certification, so please pray for me. I'm going to be NESTA certified hopefully by January and actually be a certified personal trainer. So that some of the things I'll be able to give to you will be more substance. But just a couple tips for the holidays, ways to stay in shape. Number one, the biggest problem that I run into when I'm talking with different people who are actually seeking out fitness advice from me is typically eating Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner for the entire week. Typically what ends up happening is you have Christmas dinner, but then you have leftovers, and you eat like it's Christmas for the entire week. That is where I feel a lot of the weight is gained. To deny yourself the pleasantries of holidays and the fellowship of family and the time of reflection for faith, and to deny yourself the food and all these great things that we love, you shouldn't do that. I'm not saying deny yourself and not eat and participate, but I would just say limit it to that day. If Christmas Day is going to be the day, or Christmas Eve is going to be the eve in which you indulge in these nice meals, do that. But then after which, get back on your workout routine. Make sure that healthy eating is led up to that particular day. And then, of course, deal with the days following by eating healthy as well. One thing my mother does is she actually puts a lot of her food from the holidays, she freezes it. So, if there's one day where you have a need and you want some soul food or some pastries or something like that, potentially bag it up, freeze it, and that's a good way to keep you accountable so that you're not overindulging for the entire week and thus picking up all that extra weight. Because what eventually happens is you then come in and decide, okay, I want to be in shape for the spring, and that's the influx for gyms. And then what ends up happening is by the time you see initial results, but then a lot of people fall off by the time it gets to March. What the goal is in fitness is to make it a lifestyle, make it something that you do year-round, so that through this season, it's not a New Year's resolution, but it becomes more of a lifestyle. So my suggestion would be to, if you do plan on eating a couple different days of the week, such as my family, we're going to eat Christmas Eve and probably Christmas Day as well. I would suggest, scheduling some time in to get some cardio in, some cardiovascular activities, even if it is just walking, going and walking around and seeing the Christmas lights, or something along that nature, or going to your local gym if you can. But getting some sort of cardiovascular exercise other than shopping during the Christmas season is very important. So these are just a couple tips that I'd like to throw out there for staying fit in the midst of the holiday season, because this is typically a time where people take breaks, and this is where you really start to gain a lot of extra fat. Another thing that can be taken into account is the amount of sweets that one consumes. Making sure that you're not consuming so much sweet, such as the dessert and all these things. Not consuming too much an influx of that, because that does translate to fat if that energy is not burned. So these are just some tips for the holidays. I would just say, stay in some sort of routine, even if it is decreased for that week. But doing some of these things, I think, will definitely make it a lot easier, so that if it is your New Year's resolution to get back into the gym, you don't have such a high hike to climb. This is LH again. I will be continuing to update you on fitness tips and different things that you can do to continue to be fit and also honor God with your body. You know, the body is a temple, so it's important that you take care of it. Thanks again, LH Ministries. Follow me on Twitter at BlackProof06, and be sure to subscribe as well. Thank you.